Hey everyone, it's Sammy from Push Square, and I wanted to make a video today sharing a little bit of PlayStation VR news. Dun dun dun. So if you haven't heard already, Sony is releasing a revised PlayStation VR headset. Now, before you throw your current model in the trash, I want to be very clear here. This is a revision and not an upgrade. In terms of features, functionality, screen resolution, and all of that important stuff, it's absolutely identical. So this is more like when the PS4 was tweaked about a year after launch to be a little bit lighter and a little bit less power hungry. That said, the new PSVR does include quite a few quality of life improvements, and I'm going to run through those in this video. But before I do, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more PlayStation VR content. Right, so let's get into it. Okay, so the big thing is that this updated PlayStation VR comes with a new processor unit which actually allows HDR Pass-Through. So if you already own a PlayStation VR and a 4K TV, well, you'll probably be pretty peeved about this. And rightly so. I mean, it was a horrible oversight that the original processor unit didn't work with HDR compatible televisions. Like, there are definitely workarounds, but if you buy the new PSVR, which is model number CUH-ZVR2 by the way, then you won't have to deal with any HDR problems because that's all being fixed. So the bad news is that if you already own a PlayStation VR headset, you can't just go and replace the processor unit because Sony's also changing the cables and it won't work. The new PlayStation VR will have a single slim cable as opposed to the two thick ones that you got with the launch model, which is another good improvement, but again, I guess early adopters are getting shafted a little bit here. Because of the change to the cables, the headphone socket has also been moved to the rear of the headset, and you can now integrate any headphone wires into the headset itself for the sake of tidiness. This means that volume controls have been added into the visor itself, which I actually personally think is a bit of a regression. I don't want to be fiddling around feeling the headset to turn the volume up or down personally, but that's just me. That said, I do think that all of this is the right step forward. It's just a shame that the HDR thing remains such an oversight for early adopters. I mean, this should never have needed fixing in the first place. But the new PSVR launches on 14th of October in Japan. There's no date yet for Western territories, but Sony said that you'll be able to differentiate between the old and new models due to tweaks to the packaging, and there's obviously the serial number as well. In other news, PlayStation Japan has also announced some small alterations that it will be making to the PlayStation Move controller, which include the addition of micro USB and a larger battery, which is all pretty cool stuff. It's also made the Move and Sony logos on the unit itself black instead of grey, so there's that. But what do you make of all this? Are you happy about the quality of life improvements that Sony's making to PlayStation VR? Or are you a bit peeved as you're an early adopter? Let me know in the comments section below, and thank you so much for watching.